I want to go over backgrounds and show you some of the different things you can do with them, some of the different settings, and how they can change the look of your page very quickly. So I created a new page, just calling it Ministries for now. And let's see, I want to add, think about the sections I want to add here. We're going to add this. Let's add a map text section. You know, thinking I want to do a video text, another full width section. Let's see how that's looking. I don't want this one after all. I think I'm kind of liking this. All right, so let me add another full width text section here. We might do even more. When you're in the edit section controls, almost every one is going to have a section background. The banner doesn't, the map section doesn't, because they are full width and there really is no space behind to put a background. They wouldn't be seen. But most of the other ones do have that. And when you're doing a section background, you can just choose a background color. And depending on your browser, which one you're using, I'm currently in Firefox, it's going to change what you see here. Not really that nice, is it? We can change the opacity, make it a little lighter. So, and this has a neat effect too when you're using an image at the same time, and we'll go over that later. We can go in and do an image, and we can select an image. Here's the one I uploaded earlier, and you may think, well, that is really too busy. But what's kind of neat about this is you can go into section background. Not sure why that. There we go. And let's see. We're going to choose. Let me just choose the web safe color, and let's go white. We need to change our opacity on the image because that color white is behind it. Here we go. You'll see you can really kind of start playing with your background and creating something. This still isn't the easiest to read, but you could play with this. You could do your text differently. In fact, I'll show you. Let's add a 2-column section. This can be a lot of fun. So you can add an image, and then you can start playing with the opacity. And as you saw there, I had a white background, but I could change that to a color. And then I also can choose the opacity of that. Now that's behind the image, so we're seeing through the image with that opacity. So there's a lot you can do here to manipulate this and how you want to have it set up. And you can always go in and just do clear image at any point. And eliminate the color, you just use a 0% opacity and it's gone. Let's add that image back in. You have a lot of controls here. Probably the default is going to work for most situations here. I find instead of auto cover is going to essentially cover the section it needs to cover. So it's going to change if this is a longer section, has a greater height. Where contain is going to do a repeat. So contain can work with something that does repeat well, but contain means the entire photo has to be contained within, which means it has to go into a repeat. And there's times that you could do this and just turn off the repeat. So there's an idea there. But one of my favorites is to go ahead and do cover and do fixed. That means the picture is fixed. It doesn't scroll with the page. It's a really neat effect, and I'll show you more ways that you can kind of use that in just a moment, but I want to show you this section first. This is a 2-column. There's a 2-column, 3-column, and 4-column section. And these are pretty neat because each column has some different controls. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw in an image. Thinking here, I might upload a new image. Whoops. And as you saw, uploading an image for backgrounds are very, very simple. Just a simple drag and drop. The system, once it loaded it fully, it already threw it in there. You can't really see it very well in this section at the moment, so let's play a little bit. We're going to go ahead and do what I had mentioned before, which is the cover. And then we're going to go ahead and go fixed. Now what we're going to do next, let's see, I'm thinking here, I want to eliminate, let's eliminate the text on the right side column. And this left side column, let's go ahead and make the text. We're going to just copy and paste this and give ourselves a little bit more text here. Make it dark. Now, this is one of the reasons I love the column ones that we have, the 2, 3, and 4. You have a lot of control over each column. So the left box, we're going to put a white cover, and that's going to go over the photo, and we're going to set the opacity. That's a little too much. Watch this. We're going to move this down one, and then it kind of gives you a neat feel as you scroll through. So this is a really neat effect where you can have an image, and then you can put this opacity on one side of it. I could have done it on the other side. And then we can even change the size. Now, this is 1:1. It's actually 6:6. That's the halfway point. We need to adjust that a little bit so it shows 6:6 from the beginning. But now it's an 8:4 because there's essentially 12 blocks across for sizing. And so we do an 8:4 to get those 12. That's the look we're going to get. But we can change that. We could go, maybe we have less text and we really want to feature the image more with just a little something on the side here. There is a lot, as you can see, fine tuning you can do with this background. And we could even do a color over this one, the right side, if we wanted to. In reality, this isn't the best example of that. I'm trying to think if there may be other reasons you would want to add a little bit of a color over the top of the image to slightly change the look. I darkened it a little bit that way. So that's another way to handle your backgrounds. Let's go and do this. Let's go ahead and close this, delete this section. And in this section, and we'll go over some of the stuff in our video on sections, but we're going to go ahead and just hide the title. We're going to hide the separator. That's that little line that was below the title. We're going to just delete all the text in that section. I've seen people do this, some of our beta testers, and I love this idea, where they will create a section. They use the full width text section usually. They hide the title, hide the separator. They delete the text, and then they go to section padding. Let's try a 250. I want to go a little bit more. So I've seen some do this. A real neat way to preview your page is just click hide controls. Then when you close this, all those little edit sections are missing. So you can get a better feel without having to go to preview. This is a really neat idea. where you can break your sections up. Oh, yes, we do. We want to save our work. Thank you. Where you can break your sections up with these full width backgrounds that are set. Let me show controls again. Let me just fine tune this a little bit. Let's move this section down and let's create this section like we did the top one. We're going to go ahead and hide the title. We're going to hide the eliminator there. We'll do I think we did 350 on the top one. Some of you are probably speaking to the video right now saying, yes, Mark, we did 350 on the top one. And we're going to delete the text. And then we're going to go back to our section background and we're going to add, let's add a new image. And then let's go ahead and go back to my favorite cover. Fixed. You know, you can mess a little bit too. This is kind of a neat thing where it kind of positions it a little differently within the section. Sometimes this is good where depending on where it's at on your page and how you want it to look. So an idea here in something like this is, let's say you had a page called Ministries, and you could have this say children's ministry, and you could have text about it, and then you could scroll down and have this section, and then have this be young adult ministry with a video that's going to pop up and play. Now this defaults to a little OCS video from 2016 we did, but you can change the text here, you can change the video here and the pop-up. It's a really great effect for giving the page some personality as you scroll through it. Now let me do one more background. Show our controls again. And yeah, let's go right back here. Now background video, you need to be a little careful on because you don't want this taking so long to load for the person when their page loads. So something to play with. This is a 10 megabyte video. I have a 3 megabyte looping video as well I've played with. Just you kind of have to play with it and see how it works best for you. You see I uploaded it twice, it looks like, because I was testing earlier. Let's hide the controls to get a better feel for how the page is looking. And you can do this. Videos cannot be locked in at the moment like these, but it's something that we might do later. We've been playing with that a little bit. However, let's add our 2 column back. Let me go ahead and move it down a little bit. Move it to the bottom of our page. I'll show you one more video idea. There we go. Didn't click my mouse hard enough. There we go. I find the 2, 3, and 4 column ones, the video works really nice on. We'll go ahead and throw a new video up and upload it here. That one looks like, oh, it's the one I just did. No. Okay, hold on, cancel. Not going to be happy at me probably doing that, but that's right. Here's a 3 megabyte video. Short looping videos don't have to be that large. Okay, this is at the bottom of the page, so I have nowhere to scroll to. So let's go ahead and move it back up to the top. Let's go to section columns. I will take the left box and put a nice little white cover over it. I clicked the wrong button. Got to close that part first. When you're playing with videos like this, sometimes you really got to play with the video and the layout of the video to see how best it's going to look. It would look a lot better in this video to use it in the background here. So that's one of the trial and errors on, well, any design really. But let's go to section background. Let's just change the video to our C video. There you go. You can get an idea now of how that can look. I need to stop double clicking things. There we go. So these are just a few of the ideas you can do with the backgrounds, videos, images with different settings, and breaking up your page in different ways that I think adds a great feel to a page, can help connect with people with the photos.